Oh, no, no, no. That's just not gonna do.
Go for it. 2359.
What's going on, everybody? It is Monday again. I feel like I keep doing these things on Monday. I don't know why. So we're heading in, gonna get this thing a bath, and we are gonna move on with the day. All right, guys, so story of my life, another animal call. Apparently this one is one of those whooping cranes, which we have a lot of those around here, along the water's edge. They're saying it got hit by a car and its legs are broken and it's just laying on the sidewalk right now. And there was a passerby on a bicycle who is stopped with it and called it in to us. So I'm gonna go there and see what I can do. I know we have some bird sanctuaries in the area that'll sometimes come pick them up. Depending on how aggressive it is, I might be able to just transport it, you know, right in the car. So take you guys along and we'll see if we can help out the bird. How you doing?
Thanks.
No problem.
There he is.
Oh.
I think he got hit by a
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
yeah, the legs are gone.
Oh, geez. All right, let me,
We just didn't want to leave him alone.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. Let me start making some calls and see if I can get the bird sanctuary or some of those people to come out and help with this. So
Okay.
I'll handle it from here.
Thanks for
All right,
coming.
no problem. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, that's a big bird. All right, so let's see what we can do for this guy. Obviously, I couldn't get too close to him. You saw him start to flap off. So I'm gonna get on the phone and hopefully find the right people to take care of this. Is there anything I can help you with?
No, I'm okay. Thank you. Oh, yikes. Eat it pretty bad.
All right, all set? Thank you very much. All right, well, that wasn't extremely exciting, but they came, and that was actually a really good response time. The SPCA is actually who they contracted to come out and pick the bird up, so they're gonna take him off and take care of him. So the big thing from when I was talking to the lady on the phone is it appeared that the bird's wings were okay, and it's just the legs that look like they got injured. So that's obviously a very good thing because the rest of him, his torso and his wings are all intact and not injured. So hopefully they'll be able to get his legs fixed up and put him back out into the world. So there we go. Happy ending.
So hit me. First a confession. With you, I feel a connection. With you, it's like an infection. I've been infected with an obsession. With you, never any tension. Nothing but love and affection. Enough of my case, so let's cut to the chase. Listen up, cause these are the directions. Obey what I say, don't complain, I don't wanna hear questions. Follow my lead, time to fall to your knees. It's an order, it's not a suggestion. I'm about to teach you a lesson. I recommend you pay attention.
All right, everyone, call I'm headed to now, called the Keep the Peace. I know we've been to some of those before, but each time it's something different. This one, the main complaint of what we have in the call notes is it sounds like it's a duplex, and the person in unit A says the person in unit B dumped a couch on their yard. and that's basically all it says. So we'll get there shortly and find out what's going on. What's up, guys? Miss Jones called? Are you guys in A or B?
B. What about the couch?
Yeah.
Well, what you gonna do about the couch?
No, it's out for the trash, right?
Said about what?
It's out for the trash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, about the couches?
Yeah. Hi, hon.
Oh, good to see you.
You called?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Let me hold.
Okay. Well, what's up?
I'll show you this right here. See, I live here.
Uh-huh.
They live in the back.
Okay.
They have all the room in the back. They put their junk back there.
Okay. Well, they said it's out for the trash. It's out here for curbside pickup.
Yeah. But trash man, they don't put the trash here. I'll show you where to put their trash.
Well, bulk pickup's different than regular trash.
Yeah.
They have to put it out by the curb because they come by with a truck with a big arm on it and they like pick it up. It's not like the regular garbage can. So it has to sit.
Pick it up on that side.
What's that?
They couldn't pick it up on that side.
I don't know.
Everybody else stayed in the back. They put the garbage here.
Okay.
That's where they're supposed to go right there.
The landlord said that would have dumped time.
Landlord didn't say that.
Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing, you know, unfortunately, it's out for the curb for pickup, whether it's on this side or that side. It is up to the landlord. It's legally where it's supposed to be for pickup. It could be on either side. All right. If these young men want to, well, you can't do it over here because the way it's set up, the car pulls in and out over here. So if they pile the couches here, then there's no access to this part of the house.
They could have moved it back.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's, I mean, realistically, because like I said, then on the other side of this grass right here, that starts the property line for this house. So that's the only place that realistically it can go for right now. I mean, even the normal trash cans are lined up on that side. It'll be gone in a day or two as soon as the garbage comes, you know. I mean, if you want to holler at the landlord and if you want something done different, you know, he can look into it. But as far as that goes, there's really nothing I can do about it. All right. We'll see you. All right, guys, so one of the things, I just finished getting gas. I drove out to our city gas pumps and pulled over to the side of the road here. What I've been doing intermittently throughout the night here, one of the things that they don't talk a lot about in obviously TV shows, cops, live PD, any of that sort of stuff is the amount of paperwork that we have to do. Now, granted, nowadays, not as much of it is physical paperwork. A lot of it is computer-based. So I'm staring at my computer here right now. And what I'm doing is signing all of the new policy revisions. So for those of you who don't know, police departments have a set of what they call SOPs, Standard Operating Procedures. It's basically all of the policies and procedures and rules of how the department works, the things you have to follow. Basically, let's say there's a procedure for evidence, how evidence needs to be submitted, how it needs to be packaged, what time frame it needs to be done in. Like everything about this job has a policy written for it. And one of the running jokes for this sort of stuff is that not most, but some of the policies, you could put a name to the policy because it's something that somebody has done along the way, and you'll say like, oh, that's the John Smith policy, you know, we're not allowed to do that anymore, you shouldn't do that because of something that somebody screwed up. So but then a lot of them are just your normal day-to-day operating things. So I had 34 policies in my inbox, which is over the course of time, it's over a couple weeks, but when you start to get a certain amount of in there, it'll email you automatically. All of ours is computer-based now. When I got hired, actually, I had a manual. I mean, this thing was thick, literally pages of policy. Now it's all done on the computer, so you can search everything that you need, but I have to go through and sign off on every one of these policies. Basically, there's been some sort of update or change or revision to them. So you open them up, you read it. Fortunately, they highlight some of the new stuff, and then you log in with your name, a password, sign it. Another screen comes up that verifies. You say, yes, I am this person, and then you move on to the next. And basically, what that does is, sure, do you have some people that go, all right, sign. Yeah, you could do that and not read every single thing that's on here, but the way this stuff is set up is you own it. You're clicking these buttons So let's say you don't read that policy, you don't take the time that you're supposed to, and then you screw up, you do something wrong. They're gonna say, hey, we have your computer signature at this time and this date where you signed it and you confirmed it on the next page. So you're only hurting yourself if you don't take the time to read through these things. And all of it is the day-to-day operations, but this is part of the job. You guys have to realize it's not all just running around and going to calls and, you know, the things you see on TV. There's a lot of courses. One of the ones I took is interviewing subjects with autism. So they're like, I guess, training classes of ways, certain questions to ask, how you should approach certain people. So there's these ongoing little training things that we do along with these policy and procedure updates. So you have to sign for all these and take these little courses and everything. So you have to mix this in with your day. It's not an everyday thing. I'm not trying to freak anybody out, but once a week, every other week, you're going to have to get into this sort of stuff. And again, I can only speak on my agency. I would assume a lot of them are similar. You have to be updated on these things and go through, and it's part of the job, and it shows that you know what you're doing, and you sign off on everything, and you know how it's supposed to be done, so you'll be held accountable if things aren't done the right way. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time clicking away on these and reading these, and we'll see what else happens tonight.
So hit me. So hit me. First a confession. With you, I feel a connection. With you, it's like an infection. I've been infected with an obsession. With you, never any tension. Nothing but love and affection. Enough of my case, so let's cut to the chase. Listen up, cause these are the directions. Obey what I say, don't complain, I don't wanna hear questions.